Yo, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Driven Mindset. And in this video, we're talking about the car market, and I believe it's going to crash 2026. There's a lot of reasons, so let's get into it. The first reason is the interest rate. Even though the Federal Reserve has lowered the interest rate, they haven't dropped that much. It haven't really affected the finance world, okay? If you have good credit like me, which is over 800, you could probably finance a brand new car within the fours, the low fours. Okay, anything under 800, you're going to be paying 5 to 6%. If you're the average American, which is sitting around 650, you're paying around 8 to 13%. That is really bad, especially when you're trying to buy something that depreciates the moment you drive it off the lot, especially a brand new car. Another reason is car prices has went up. The average price for a car right now is around $50,000. Now that's going to exclude the more mass-produced, friendly, efficient cars like Toyota Corolla, Nissan Sentra, Nissan Versa. The cars that designed to be like, okay, we're going to try to make the cheapest cars possible. Outside of that realm, the average car is around $50,000. Okay, my Camry, even though I have the SE model, a fully loaded Camry is around $44,000 to $46,000. Now, when you include tax and out the door, it's around $51,000. So you're spending over $50,000 to get a fully loaded Camry, okay? So the average price of a brand new car is over $50,000, right? While the average income of people in America right now sitting at $48,000 at the average income. So the average car is more expensive than the average income. That is having people, turn their backs on the brand new cars. Like, cars just getting expensive. Inflation is eating everything, and people just not making enough money, So that right there is slowing down the market. And then you have those people who was able to finance on hardship right now and can't pay their car loans, and they just give up. They're gonna drive it until the repo man come and pick it up. All that matters. All that goes into the numbers, and people have to choose between a car or a roof over their head. Sadly, that's where we at right now. A roof over your head or a car. Like, you gotta be smart right now with your money. That's why I don't really see me buying a brand new car, even though I do want the new C806, but I don't really need one. It's more for want. Do I really want to pay $1,800 a month right now? I don't need to spend $1,800 a month. So, that's a whole different story. But look at me. I'm still driving my old Corolla. More than 10 years old. Almost 250,000 miles. And all I have is a tire light that I'm just being lazy to fix. But outside of that, this car costs me nothing. My insurance for this car is about $70 a month. That's it. $70 a month insurance. And I'm saving a lot of money. I'm able to invest a lot of money into the stock market, into 401ks, into, Roth IRA. Like, I invest my money elsewhere. So when you look at me, I don't look like I have a lot of money, which is good because, hey, nobody gonna rob me when I'm walking out my house. I don't look like $1 million, and I don't want to look like $1 million. I want to look like the average guy that you don't notice when I pass you in the mall. That's my goal, okay? Now, a lot of people out here are really struggling to pay their car note, and a lot of loans are, defaulting right now. That's another reason. A third reason is dealership markup. Even in this bad economy, dealership are still trying to mark up certain cars. Why? why are the manufacturers allowing these dealerships to do markups? First of all, there's not enough people buying cars right now. There's really not enough people buying cars. And another reason is people who have used cars like me, they're keeping their car for a long period of time, especially low maintenance cars. They're keeping it for a long time. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm probably going to be selling my Lexus and my Miata soon at some point. And the reason why I'm doing that because I just want a Corvette. But I might get an older Corvette, which I've been looking. I've seen one for like $25,000. You know, I could probably put $15,000 down again, finance the last 10. Like, I don't like to finance more than $10,000. And the reason why I do that, guys, because I like to hold on to my cash much as possible, and I don't feel comfortable giving away $25,000 cash. I'd rather pay 50% down and finance the rest, and then maybe try to pay it off within 2 years. That way I keep my cash for emergency, and while I double my payment and pay it off within 24 months. I won't do no more than 24 months payments on any car, okay? So I'm thinking about doing that, and I don't want to have 5 cars. I already own the Camry, the Corolla, the Lexus, and the Miata. So me just buying a Corvette will be 5 cars, and let's be honest, I don't need 5 cars. So I would like to sell 2 of them, which is the Lexus and the Miata, and get a Corvette. That way I go down from 4 to 3, and I can have a little fun, because most of my friends have very fast cars and they be going out driving, and you know, I'm not invited because they told me straight up, bro, you got a Corolla and we're not going to invite you, bro. Get yourself some type of Corvette, some type of GTR, you know, some type of Supra, have something. You know, most of my friends drive GTRs and C8 Corvettes. So, you know, of course, I wouldn't want no Miata or a Corolla riding around the city, you know what I'm saying? So I completely understand that. But, you know, a $25,000 Corvette is doable for me. Technically, I could buy cash, but like I said, I don't want to just give away all my money, because you got to have emergency fund that cannot be financed, right? You have your credit card that you could easily, you know, swipe for emergencies, but you also have some emergencies that credit card can't save you. You got to have liquid funds. That's why I don't like to give away all my money. But anyway, guys, that's just one of the reasons why the car market is crashing. There's a lot of cars just sitting on the lot. You know, the last time when I went to go get my oil change, when I went to the Toyota dealership, they had a lot of their Tundras and Tacomas on the lot. But then again, here come another reason, the 4th reason, the price. The price once again. Well, that was the 2nd reason, but back again, the price. Why is the Tacoma and the Tundra are $60,000, $70,000 trucks? Why? A fully loaded Tacoma TRD is around $70,000. It's the price of a price of a basic Corvette C8 right now for a fully loaded Tundra. You hear me? Same price. So you got that going on right now. Ooh, we got a little supercar behind us. I think it's a Ferrari. That look like a Ferrari, I think. Nice. But it's just expensive right now, man. And another thing is, people just not making enough money. People not keeping up with inflation. You know, if you didn't get a 4% raise in January coming, inflation just beat you. Because inflation is still over 4% right now. So unless you have a COLA or a cost of living increase of 4% for 2026, guess what? You just got less spending power for 2026. That's what's going on. And then you have these dealers dealing with markups for no reason. They can't even sell their cars. And you have people like me who just keeping my cars a lot longer now. Now, I want to see this hit 500,000 miles. I don't think this car's going to hit 500,000 miles, but I'd be happy for 300,000. If this car make it to 300,000 and it decides to go on me, I'll buy me another old, maybe Prius this time. I think I would do the Generation 4 Prius, and I will replace the Corolla with the Prius Generation 4 and run that into the ground. But like I said, I already have my replacement for this car. Oh, it is a Ferrari, by the way. Nice, guys. Listen, I'm motivated, man. I would love to have a car like that. But the only way I see me getting a car like that is when my investment is paying for it. You should not use your your active income to buy Ferraris. You should use your passive income to buy Ferraris. And right now, my passive could only afford my Corolla. My active income is what I use to invest, pay for my house, mortgage, food, light, water, stuff like that. But right now, I'm currently investing in my passive income. So right now, my passive income has not got to the level where I could buy a Ferrari, but that's the only way I will be justified to buy a Ferrari. So I don't know what that guy do, of course, but there's a good chance his passive income is the reason why he got that car, not his active income. So my goal is to make more money, and the more money I make, the more money I could, invest, and hopefully with the return of the investment, I could buy more nicer things. I'm not against buying nice things, guys. I'm not against buying used German cars. I'm not against buying, used Mercedes and Porsches and all that. I want all of that. But what I'm saying is, be smart with your money now. Invest it. So therefore, your money could buy you things like that. All right? You don't want to be paying with your active income for anything that you're trying to enjoy in life. So right now, a lot of people are paying their car notes with active income. And the problem is they're just paying way too much. If the transportation is costing you more than 35% of your annual income, you're paying too much. And right now, there's a study showing that the average American is paying 30% of the annual income on transportation. 30% because it's so expensive to own a car. And I believe it. Especially if the average income is $48,000 and the average car is $50,000, then damn. And we're not even going to talk about the house, because the average house in Florida is $450,000 for the average single family home, and that's a whole nother different topic, which I probably should get into. But let me know what you guys think down below. Is the market going to crash in 2026? I think we're going to see a downcline, guys. I do think we're going to see a decline. I think car prices is going to crash a little bit. I think these dealerships going to start having 0% finances. Ford is doing 0% financing right now. I don't know why most car dealerships not doing 0% financing right now. It doesn't make any sense. First of all, you're selling something that depreciates between 30 and 50% in 3 years. Why am I paying interest on it? At least interest over maybe 2%. I think the maximum someone should pay for a car loan interest is 2%. That's it. This 13%, this 15%, it doesn't make any sense. But let me know what you guys think, okay, down below. I really like this topic. I mean, I'm going off into almost 15 minutes. I don't think I uploaded a 15-minute video yet. But let me know what you guys think about this, man. Will the market crash 2026? I think so. I think that's a good thing for me, because who knows? Maybe the market crash enough for me to get a really good deal on a Corvette Z06. I really do want one. I work pretty hard, but I'm just trying to justify myself in financing $1,800 a month, knowing I could put $1,800 more a month into the stock market, which is down right now and is the perfect time to buy. It's the perfect time to buy right now in the stock market, guys. The perfect time. But that's another story. Let me know if you guys want me to talk about the stock market too. It is finance. It is helping you growing your money to buy better cars. So I'll let you guys go because we're over the 15-minute mark. And I'll see you on the next video. Be safe, think positive, and have the driven mindset to be better than tomorrow.